Wagwan with y'all. See my Yvonne. Got my hookah, got my tea, got my peace. That's all I need. Bars. And I wanted to talk about revenge and getting back at the other person, or feeling like you need to do something because harm or injustice was done to you. And I can recall a large amount of times to where I was done in a wrong way, or I was faked on by another person. I was betrayed, stabbed in the back, whatever it may be. I was a victim in a lot of different scenarios. And, a couple years back, I would think with the mentality of, okay, it's just F them, I'll show them type of thing. I'll do whatever I can, do whatever in my power to get back at that person. And literally when I say anything in my power, I would literally strategize in my brain and think about different ways to causing harm, causing an injustice to that same person, that's done me wrong. And it made me realize that the only reason why we think that we need to get back at the person, get back at, this situation with the equal or greater amount of, cruelty is because we want them to feel our pain. We want them to feel how we feel. So there's a sense of relatability with them. And, we don't want to be stuck in this negative vibration. Misery loves company. So we want them to feel the same pain that we receive so that they understand. And we're both in the same place. And after I realized that, it made me switch my way of thinking to, I had to realize that I was bringing myself down to the point to where I was matching their energy. If a negative energy force was thrown my way, I would have to bring myself down to reciprocate that and share it back to them. And at the end of the day, we're not going to want to lower our vibrational state just to put it out. And then once we put it out, we're left there. We're left at that negative state to where we start thinking negatively, we start acting negatively, and everything in our life is just consumed by that negativity. So I hopped out of that mentality, I hopped out of that mindset, and allowed myself to stay at my genuine positive state of a high standard. And every time a negative situation or conflict or betrayal or being stabbed in the back would come my way, any sort of situation that would come my way, I would handle it with grace. I would have to assess what was being, brought upon me. I had to think logically, hold on, okay. Does this really affect me in the macro? To where will it affect my mental, my physical, my spiritual, my financial, my social? Will it affect everything that I have going on? And if you think with that mentality, you realize that other human beings don't have that much power, on you. They can't, if you're really trying to grow yourself, if you're really trying to develop yourself, you realize that not a lot of people that want to bring problems and conflict in your life, they don't have so much power in your life. If you're, building up your mental fortitude and your grit, it's almost unstoppable. It's like only you can stop what you have going on with your mental side. So how is another person bringing conflict into your life going to throw you off mentally? Physically, same thing. Mental or spiritually, same thing. Especially if you have such a strong spiritual armor around you. If you practice and you pray and you just walk with true faith within your heart, just have the enlightenment, know for a fact that God has your back no matter what, literally no matter what, then nothing could stop you. Another human being cannot bring you so much problems and pain that it can stop you. So if no one can stop you, you can remain at your true, genuine self. While the person is sending energy at a low vibrational state, you can't even see it because you have to look down. And as soon as you look down and you accept it, you're brought down to that level with them. And if you look at that negative energy that they're sending your way, you just look at it and then send your positive energy. You just send your positive energy instead of sending the energy that they're on. Then you remain at your high standard. You remain at your high vibrational state. And it's funny too, because a lot of the times that after I started this practice of sending positive energy right back, no matter what it may be, they get shocked. Like, it's almost like, whoa, what? I wasn't expecting that. You know what I mean? Like, they send out so much hate and they're expecting it back. Like a lot of us have been in the shoes of hating on somebody and expecting that hate back. Like, it's kind of like a roast session. You roast somebody and they roast you back, and it's an equal engagement. Like, what's going on and the other person knows what's going on. So when you break that agreement, and when someone sends you hate, when someone sends you a rose, for example, and you show them love back, it's like, whoa. They're like, whoa, what's going on? They don't know what to do with it. They don't know what to do with the positive energy, because they're stuck on that negative, low vibrational state. So continue to live at your high vibrational state. Continue to live at your genuine self. Continue to build and develop yourself. You cannot allow another person to bring you down and stoop to their level, all because of a small situation. If you bring yourself down, you have to accept the fact that that is your fault. That is your fault. Even if you feel like you're the victim, even if you feel like you were minding your business and you were doing everything that you needed to do, but as soon as you accept what that person has thrown your way, that is your fault, because you accepted it. Take accountability over the fact that you brought that into your life. You brought that into your life. And as I was saying, just continue to live as your genuine self. Live in a peaceful state. Live in a meditative state. Develop yourself all around, mentally, physically, spiritually, financially, socially, so that nothing can harm what you're building up. It's only you and God. It's only you and God. You can break you down, God will build you up, but you have to be on that same energy level with God's favor, with God's blessing. So remember that. Hope this message has brought you a different perspective, something to think about, because without a doubt, we all go through hard times. We always go through, different arguments where we feel like, this is the worst thing ever. We feel like the victim. We always get stuck in that negative vibration. So next time you feel like you're stuck in that place, just remember to be your genuine self. Share out positive energy. Raise your vibrational state. But peace and love to y'all. Ima Yuvan.